Hi everyone, in this video we will use Python for text sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis or opinion mining is a natural language processing technique which is used to determine whether data is positive or negative or neutral. Normally sentiment analysis is used on textual data to help businesses so they could like monitor their brand and product sentiment in customer feedback. We can also use it like for survey results, open-ended questions. So we can check like the feedback provided is positive, negative, or neutral. So in this video, we would be using Python's TextBlob library. TextBlob library is built upon NLTK and provides an easy-to-use interface to the NLTK library. Uh, TextBlob can be used to perform variety of NLP tasks like which could be like parts of speech, tagging, or sentiment analysis, or language translation to text classification, etc. So first of all, we need to have Python installed on our system. In my case, I have installed the Anaconda distribution. So if you haven't installed Python, you can go to anaconda.com and install the Python distribution. With that distribution, you will have the Spider to run or the Jupyter notebook to run the Python codes, and the libraries that are usually used like pandas, they would come along. So first of all, we need to have Python installed on our system, and then the next step would be to like install the text blog library. For that, like in my case, I will go to Anaconda command prompt and would type this this syntax to install the library. This particular syntax is to ignore the SSL verification kind of errors. So the trusted host part that will ignore uh, any verification if needed on your system. So you would be able to easily install the library. Once library is installed, we are ready to use this script. It's a very simple script. So let's first review the script. So at the start, like we are importing the required library part. Then we have imported the pandas, and the next part is that we are reading an Excel file that we have saved on our desktop, where we have the data, the textual data that we want to analyze for sentiment. So in the df variable, we are reading the Excel file. Then there is a column, namely index, and we are declaring it to be an index. So the first column of our Excel sheet 2 is index, and then it's a blank list. We are declaring where we would be storing the results, and then like the for loop starts, and we are iterating in the data frame. Let me quickly show you the Excel file. So some sample data, index, the first column, and then the text. It's we can see like it's a kind of review on a product. So we have 5 rows in this Excel file. So we would be using it to analyze it for sentiment analysis. So y variable is storing the text field, this paper text, the B column, and then we are like applying the text sentiment analysis from the library here. X variable is storing the polarity. Polarity is actually the sentiment. It ranges from -1 to 1, 1 being positive and -1 being negative. 0 we can call neutral. Then the z variable where we are storing subjectivity. Subjectivity means it's also ranges from -1 to 1. A number greater number means the text is subjective, and being lower means that there is some factual data in it. So along sentiment or polarity, we are also looking at subjectivity. So then if condition, if x, the polarity or sentiment result is less than 0, we are storing in the result variable the index, then with a space, and if it's less than 0, we are calling it negative. Then again the x variable, which is the score, polarity score, and then we are also, after a space, we are also collecting the subjectivity score. So if it's 0, we are calling it neutral. If it's greater than 0 but less than equal to 1, we are calling it positive. So results are stored in result variable. So if we want to print it and don't want to like save it in the Excel file, we can print, but we are reading the data from an Excel file and we want the results uh, to to be saved in another workbook or Excel file. So we are creating a data frame through pandas and we are saving the results there. Here you can see like we have assigned the results to a newly created data frame. Then we are like saving these results in an Excel file or Excel workbook. It's a new workbook. So if we already have on our desktop a workbook, namely review 2, it would be overridden. And if there's no, a new workbook would be created. So the source data, we are also copying it in the sheet 1 and then the results in sheet 2. Index is false means like we don't need the index, otherwise a column at start would be added with index values like 0, 1, 2, and then we are saving the Excel file. So I would be sharing this code and this command syntax to install the library in the video description. You can like refer it from there. So I am using Spider to run the code. So here goes the code. We can press the F9 sign or this button to run the command. Yeah, successfully run. Let me open the result file. So sheet 1, the source data, as and results are saved in the sheet 2. We can using the text to column function, we can organize these results a bit, and like we can copy them here. So we can see like in the results, the first text or the feedback is declared as positive, and it's close to 1, so we can call it very positive. And the subjectivity score is 0.65, mean like all these feedbacks are subjective and not factual. The second feedback is marked as negative. This one, the fourth one is also kind of negative, but since it's like the polarity score is greater than 0, so it's marked as positive, but it's near to 0, so we can call it not very positive. So through these scores, we can filter or sort the data to look at the feedback that's like very positive or very much negative. So that's it. The code would be available in video description. In case of any question, you can ask in comments.